Hi, everybody. Welcome to OCR Talkback. We got a very, very small roster tonight. It's just me and Jarrell. We're doing a special Tuesday Talkback tonight because we're all going down to MomoCon in Georgia on Friday, so we wanted to do one tonight. Hopefully we have some other folks joining us later tonight, but for now it's just me and Jarrell two-manning it, so that's how it's going to be. So, as y'all know, OCR Talkback is OC Remix's weekly web show where we talk about overclock remix and video game music and video games and all this other cool stuff. And we take your questions, so just tweet your questions with the hashtag OCR Talkback on Twitter, and we will try to answer your questions to the best of our ability. So, like I said, I'm DarkeSword, and with us tonight is Jarrell, also known as Arrow, and we're just gonna basically just hang out, I guess. Talk about Kamen Rider or whatever. I don't know. Let's kick it off. Let's kick it off like we always do. So, what BGM are you listening to this week, Jarrell? And actually, let's throw this out to like, oh, there we got WillRock. Cool. Let's actually throw this out to like everyone watching. What VGM are you guys out there listening to? Let us know like what you're listening to this week and what's really cool and what your jam is right now, and we'll talk about that. So, Jarrell, what are you listening to this week?
Right now, got the Castlevania Symphony of the Night soundtrack on like constant repeat.
Nice.
Just oldie but goodie. It came on. I was like, I gotta listen to the whole thing, and that was 4 days ago. Just haven't stopped.
Wow, seriously, you're just listening to that constantly?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So good. It's.
Who wrote Symphony of the Night? Was that?
That was Michiru Yamane.
Yamane, yeah, that's what I thought. I like when she did Castlevania. Does she still do Castlevania? I don't know.
No. When they did the Lords of Shadow remake, they got an actual orchestra.
A Western composer, I guess, or.
I don't think he's.
Is it still a Japanese composer? Or?
No. Well, the production house I think was in Spain.
Oh, okay.
Lords of Shadow, so I think. Let me check.
Okay. Interesting.
Let's see. Yeah, composer Oscar Araujo. If I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Will, what are you listening to this week, man?
No, nothing.
You're not listening to
no video game music this
wow.
week because I'm crazy. So yeah.
Nothing, huh?
Nothing. Sorry.
Anything that's not video game music? What else are you listening to this week? Anything? Gotta be listening to something.
I'm listening to some things. Yeah, I'm listening to Guns N' Roses and Van Halen at the moment. So yeah,
Classics.
I'm sort of going to that sort of stuff because I'm currently doing an EP of rock stuff and I'm trying to find inspiration.
Right.
So yeah, listening to those bands, I'm like, yes, let's get inspired.
There you go.
So yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm listening to. What am I listening to this week? I'm listening to Zircon's new EP, Getaway.
It's great.
Which is the hotness. It's so good. I had that blasting in the car. Also, this is not really VGM, but I'm listening to the Kamen Rider Gaim soundtrack, which is so good.
It's amazing.
So good. And there's like that one track in there, Hello Zawame City, which sounds exactly like it's out of Mario Kart. Like something out of like Double Dash or like 64. It's so good. Yeah, Kamen Rider Gaim is so good, but the music is on another level, man. It's a great soundtrack. What else am I listening to? I was telling Jarrell earlier that Frank Sinatra's My Way is stuck in my head for some reason. I think it's because of Mad Men on Sunday. They had that song, but that's not really video game music. What else? What else am I listening to? Still playing a lot of Diablo, so more Diablo music is in my head constantly.
I need to get back to that.
Yeah, Diablo's fun, man. Started a Barbarian this weekend, and I got her up to level 51. So.
Just on the weekend?
Yeah. If you play on the right difficulty levels, it's really fast. And you have like legendaries and stuff, and you can jump gear and stuff. It's like super fast to level. But I think that's like the most fun I've had in Diablo, which is just the leveling process. I just like leveling my characters, and it's fun. I might start playing hardcore mode just to do that all the time. Let's see. I wonder if anyone answered my question on the YouTubes. If anyone...
I don't know about YouTube, but I think Tamias did on Twitter.
Really?
Nice.
Let's see. Tamaya says, I'm listening to Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories for the Shonen Jump In Progress album and remixing Password Menu. Oh, cool. Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, there's a really cool album that's in the works on OCR. It's the Shonen Jump remix album, so it's all like, you know, games based on series from Shonen Jump, like Naruto, Dragon Ball, Shaman King, Yu-Gi-Oh! Anything that had like a manga in Shonen Jump and has like a video game adaptation, we're doing remixes of it. I have a track on there that I'm going to do from Naruto Gekito Ninja Taisen 4, which is one of the Clash of the Ninja games. So it's the Konohagate nighttime theme. So,
I didn't know about this.
Oh yeah, you got to check it out, man. It's cool. Yeah.
By the way, is it rude to eat on Talkback? I assume it's rude.
It's not rude to eat on Talkback. No, we're Americans. It's fine.
Okay.
Thank you for asking, though. It's very British of you.
Yeah, I asked after I started.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see. What else? All right, let's get some questions from the YouTube.
By the way, before you start, I just want to say this, really random, but this is Marmite, because apparently you guys in America don't have Marmite. So
what's Marmite? What is it made of?
It's apparently Vegemite, but with a slightly different name, a slightly different taste, but it's like Vegemite. So
okay, what's Vegemite?
Yeah, never had Vegemite either.
What's Vegemite? Yeah, I don't know what Vegemite is.
You don't know what it is, but you're putting it in your mouth.
I don't know what Vegemite is.
Amazing. You don't know what it is, but you're eating it anyway.
Oh no, I know what this is. This is like brown pasty stuff, very salty, very strong.
But what is it?
I don't know. It's Marmite.
Brown paste. Oh my god. He's just eating brown paste. That's brilliant.
It's tasty brown paste.
Brilliant. Oh man, these people used to...
That makes the difference. Tasty.
I'm so glad we had the Revolutionary War. Otherwise we'd be stuck eating brown paste.
Should I go or?
No. Stay. Just, you know, we love you. We love you with your brown paste. Yeah. All right. So while he's eating Marmite, let's move on to the questions. Let's see.
I can't eat it now.
Jeff Lee asks, for live instrumentalists, how much did it cost you to get started in recording yourself? I don't record myself unless you're talking about... Oh, it's Dom. Hey, Dom.
Hey.
What's up, man? We can't hear you.
Hear me now?
There he is. We got you.
It always takes a second.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Hey, just living the dream, man.
Living the dream, huh? That's good.
Trying my best.
So this is BrothaDom, OC ReMixer, member of Overclocked Assembled. Does a lot of cool hip-hop stuff for OCR. So, Dom, what are you listening to this week? What VGM are you listening to? Anything good?
The Skullgirl soundtrack. Been playing
cool.
that a lot, so it's a fantastic time.
Nice. That's got kind of like a steampunk vibe, right, that game?
Yeah, steampunk, kind of jazzy and stuff.
Yeah, the soundtrack is super jazzy, right?
Yeah, it's so fun.
That's a good name for a mix. Super jazzy. Right?
I wish I would have called it that. I'd have bought it even more.
Yeah, super jazzy.
But have it be a fake out. Have it be like the most hardcore metal
it's just
guitar
like
ever.
Like death metal dubstep like fusion. Like what?
Death metal dubstep fusion.
This is not jazzy in the slightest. Okay, cool.
I'm trying to imagine dubstep and death metal fusion.
You can do it.
I can't do it.
Someone can do
it.
It would be like all the mechanical stuff, but then the drop, it would just be a guitar solo instead.
Yeah, definitely. I think someone could pull it off. And that would be great to see because like it would make both fans of both genres super mad.
That would be so great.
They just hate each other so much. Oh, I want to see someone do it. Someone do it. Death metal, dubstep. Dub metal.
Death Step.
Death step. Yes, death step. I want to see it. Someone do it.
Step. It sounds like a horrible anime superpower or something.
Yeah.
Death Step.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Any comments on YouTube? I don't know. I don't think so.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Okay. Keep an eye on YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. We were going on to these the questions. We had a question from Jeff Lee for live instrumentalists. How much did it cost you to get started in recording yourself? Will, you're a live instrumentalist, right?
Yeah. Interesting. That's an interesting thing because the whole reason that I started doing synth stuff was because I didn't have the equipment or the money to actually buy a guitar and record it. Because I was originally just going to be a rock guy. I was going to be like someone like Sicto Sounds.
Yeah, Sicto Sounds.
Hence the WillRock thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I eventually ended up buying Pro Tools, and this was before I knew about Reaper. That was a bit stupid, but you know. So all in all, it probably cost me about, what was it, 300, 400?
Now, does that include the cost of the instrument, or no? You just.
Oh man, no, that doesn't include the cost of the instrument. The cost of the instrument is another extra 200 probably on top of that, so 600.
Yeah.
Ish. But if you were to buy Reaper, well, not buy it, just download it because you don't have to buy it.
Well, you should buy it.
You should buy it, but let's face it, the only people who buy it are the people who use it for commercial stuff.
Yeah.
And we don't do commercial stuff because we do free remixes. But you know, I've lost my train of thought completely on free mixes and
Reaper.
Reaper.
The cost of Reaper.
The cost of Reaper and someone else. I can't remember. I'm tired.
Okay. Cool. Well, I don't think any of us are live instrumentalists aside from Will. So.
And I'm stupid, so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Silly question. I don't know anything.
Maybe if someone else joins tonight, we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're a live instrumentalist. I've kind of gotten into doing acapella stuff, but I don't really have like a lot of equipment. I have like a nice microphone that I use, and I have my iPad, which has Loopy on it, but you know, but I can't really say I'm an instrumentalist yet. I'm still working on getting stuff together.
That's another thing I've got. I've got a microphone as well, but I don't use it. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. Do you go direct? You go directly in, do the direct line in.
Yeah. Yeah, but I actually use it for Skype lessons so that I can. I've got SoundCloud, I can do. So I can play stuff through my mic and stuff through my laptop at the same time. So it's helpful for that sort of thing. But I don't use it to record. But if you did, I suppose a good one would cost another £100. So yeah. £100 would probably be about $160 or something. So
yeah,
currency change or what. But yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's do another question. Phoenix Down asks. I'm going out of order here. I'll come back to other questions. But Phoenix Down asks, have you guys heard the Mega's new album yet? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? Has anyone listened to it? I have not listened to it yet.
I have heard it. I've listened to the whole thing twice now. It's really good. I'm not sure if I'm feeling it as much as I loved Blue. But I also listened to Blue like 6 or 7 times before I finally decided how much I loved it.
Oh, okay.
So I got to give it some more time to percolate. But there's some very amazing tracks on it. I think my favorite so far is the Gemini Man remix.
Okay.
Which is it's called Gemini, like EYE.
Yeah.
And it's done in the style of like jazzy 50s film noir kind of. Yes. It's amazing. But yeah, they did a really, really good job with this.
Very cool. I should check it out then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Did anyone else listen to it, or is it just Jarrell? No.
Haven't heard it yet.
Cool.
And all these Mega Man fans on this call, and none of y'all have listened to that yet.
I'm playing a lot of Diablo. Okay, what do you want from me? Tamaya says, I'm actually almost done with a death metal dubstep fusion with Jordan Etienne on the Badass Volume 3 album. Metal Step. Oh, cool. Awesome.
Nice.
We should kill him before he finishes it.
Let's see. Jeff Lee asks, how has being a part of OC Remix affected your life? What do you think you would be doing without OCR? Wow. That's like a deep question, man.
Yeah.
For me, OC Remix is a massive part of my life. I mean, I'm on there all the time. Most of my musical development came about through OC Remix. I don't think I'd be doing music. I don't think I would have written all of the songs that I've written, if it hadn't been for OCR. It's primarily responsible for my growth as a musician. And also, I've just made so many friends through OCR. Jarrell and usually like everyone on the Talkback crew. Just hanging out, going to MagFest. Just going down to Steve-O's place for like a fun like weekend or whatever. Just hanging out with friends. I've made so many friends and like met so many great people through Talkback. I mean, not through Talkback. What am I talking about? Through Overclock Remix, and yeah, I don't know what I'd be doing. I don't want to think about it. I don't know. That's like a scary thing to think about. If OCR wasn't a part of my life, I think I'd be like super sad and lonely. Anyone else want to get like super sappy about OCR?
For me, it's it has affected a lot, but not nearly as much because like I joined the community in roughly 2007, and I've mainly just been until I joined staff this year. I've mainly just been in the community.
Yeah.
So like the rest of my life probably would be exactly the same, but the main thing OCR changed for me is my friends.
Yeah.
Because nearly every single person that I'm close to in real life is somebody from OCR. With the exception of you, mostly people from OCR who live in this DC greater area.
Yeah.
So I would have like nobody to hang out with if I didn't know anybody from OCR. Like I would be by myself, a shut-in in the house.
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
That's basically my life right now because you guys all live far away from me.
Oh.
My life improved a little bit from OCR, I definitely could say. At least my music, for sure. Like, those remixes people make that aren't really remixes. They're just a MIDI file with different instruments.
Yeah.
I'd pretty much be doing that still. But no, I got a lot of positive feedback from everybody, some improvements. So just like in the last 2.5 years or so, I think my skills gone up a lot. Met some pretty cool people.
Yeah.
And Twitter's got a lot nicer since it's not all just people being sad. There's music now, so that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Will?
I'd say similar to Dominic. I mean, I was already doing remixes before I found out about OCR, so I would still be doing remixes anyway. But basically, I would have been sort of at a similar level to before I found OCR, probably even now. And OCR has not only improved my my skills, but it's also, given me a lot of good friends, given me a lot of good contacts, and I've been able to sort of slowly start reaching out and try and sort of grasp a career out of this.
Yeah.
Which was the end game plan. And without OCR, I would not have a hope in hell to, achieve it. So I basically owe my life to OCR. DJ Pretzel.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people in the community who they use what they saw in the community and what they experienced in the community to basically spin a career out of it, or at the very least a career path. I mean, I know my brother Nabil. He's going into he's doing a lot of sound design and music stuff and computer stuff. He's like mixing all this stuff together. And I think that's primarily due to like the stuff that he did on OCR and the stuff that he learned from Zeit. So it really, I mean, it's a great community. It really affects people in a positive way, I think. I know I've gotten a lot out of it. Like, I think the most valuable thing I've gotten out of it is all the friends that I have from OCR. I mean, I love everyone on OCR. You know, all my friends that I've made. It's just so great. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm probably gonna head off now. So.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. It's gonna be a short talk back tonight. Because it's just we did one on Friday, and it's not a lot to talk about.
Cool.
But thanks for joining us, man.
I'll speak to you guys later. It was nice to meet you, Dom.
Yeah,
Dominic.
you as well.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, man.
All right. See you later, Will.
Bye.
Cool. All right. So that was WillRock, OC Remixer Judge. Make sure you check out his music. He has an album out on Overclock Records called Welcome to the Real World. It's really good, like 80s style chiptunes and stuff. So we'll pimp that out again at the end of Talkback. Let's see. More questions. Any more questions? We don't have a lot of viewers tonight. Maybe 7 viewers. Anything on YouTube? I don't know.
Nothing on YouTube.
All right, cool. Let's see. Jeff Lee's asking a lot of questions tonight. Jeff Lee says, since I was talking with Arrow about D&D earlier, what's your alignment? For example, lawful good, etc.
Oh
man, we're getting super nerd central here.
Seriously, my character is neutral good.
But what are you?
In the particular, wait, what am I as a person?
What are you as a person?
Oh, real life, it's easy.
I guess that's probably neutral good as well, because I'm relatively good and I can be an idiot at times, but I'm not chaotic, so.
Yeah.
And with all the stuff I torrent, I'm not lawful. So.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Dom?
I gotta give lawful neutral, I guess.
Okay.
Not that I'm like in love with the law or anything, but I'm that guy who, wasn't one of the cool kids in high school because I was super afraid to drink. I was afraid to get in jail.
Oh yeah.
I always feel real conscious about downloading music, so I'm one of those people who still buys it.
Yeah.
But as far as good versus evil, I don't really care too much either way. That's what the neutral is.
Yeah, I think
I try to go chaotic neutral though. It's more fun.
I'm gonna go with neutral good as well. I like to think of myself as a good person. Hopefully, I don't know, but I don't necessarily, I'm not like a stickler. I guess on the forums I'm a stickler because I'm a moderator, but in real life I'm not so much of a stickler. Yeah, that was a weird question.
It's always fun to see those things on the forums that you gotta moderate. Like I've seen you have to do it. Like you don't want to be a bad guy, but sometimes people get a little bit on the fringe or something.
People get like douchey, man. Come on, say it. They get like really like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the scientific way to put it.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to see that pop up. I don't know.
Yeah. No, you can't do that. Stop doing that. Like people telling other people to like kill themselves. It's like, no, you don't do that. You do not do that. You're not allowed to do that. I'm sorry.
My goodness.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. I don't know. Try not to moderate too much, but sometimes it's necessary.
Right.
Let's see. So since we don't have any questions, I'm gonna ask we'll come up with our own questions to ask each other. So what video games are you guys playing lately? Anything good? Or like what video games are you excited for to come out?
Well, I just read some reviews today, and as a result, while we were on Talkback like 10 minutes ago, I just bought Transistor on Steam.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
Yeah, that sounds. I've never actually played Bastion. I bought it like a while ago.
You haven't played Bastion?
It's in the backlog. It's like
everybody has Bastion in the backlog.
I got my 150 games in Steam. I still got to play.
I know, man. So what? I don't care.
It's in there, and I heard it was amazing.
You gotta float that to the top of the list, man. Bastion is so good.
I should probably definitely play that before I play Transistor, since it's kind of, well, not necessarily a spiritual sequel, but obviously same team, similar influences.
Yeah, you probably want to play Bastion first because I mean that's the game that they made before they made Transistor.
Yeah.
So Transistor probably evolves on Bastion a little bit in terms of polish and streamline, whatever. But yeah, you got to play Bastion. Bastion's so good. Even there's obviously like everyone always cites like the atmosphere and the music and the graphics and like the the narrator who narrates like the game as you're playing it. Yeah. But really, like, it's just a really good game. Like the mechanics of it, like the action stuff is really just good. It feels good, the kind of action RPG style. It's very fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I would recommend playing. I think I played it with a controller last time, but I think you can use keyboard and mouse too. I'm not sure. Keyboard and mouse might be better. I don't know.
I honestly have a hard time playing anything with keyboard and mouse. Like Diablo is the exception.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of keyboard and mouse just yet.
Really? Interesting.
Well, I still play on a laptop, so the little trackpad is
Oh yeah, well you need a mouse. You need like a one of these guys.
Well, even the WASD to move around, I can't twist my fingers to do it. It's still.
Oh really? Yeah, that's like second nature to me. Just I don't know.
I was born on the joystick, so joystick and pad.
Oh man. Hey, if you're out there watching, let us know. Do you like keyboard and mouse, or do you like controllers? Just tweet with OCR Talkback. This is more interactive Talkback.
You were gonna start a flame war with that question.
Keyboard or mouse or controller?
Oh wow. The war to end all wars.
Pro-life or pro-choice? No, don't. We're not gonna talk about abortion on the Talkback. It's not good.
Oddly enough, the keyboard controller debate might make people madder.
Yeah. It's probably more divisive. Oh, it's not good. Okay. Let's see. Any other games you guys are interested in, or excited about, or playing right now?
I'm still excited about Transistor. I gotta try it. Like I said, I'm really playing Skullgirls. Like, you know how fighting games are. There's a big gap between not knowing the controls and being good at it. So
yeah, you have to get that sort of mastery where you understand the character, and then you can start.
Yeah, and they keep releasing new characters too, so it's throwing everything off. It's fun though.
I think that's free on PSN now, right? If you have PlayStation Plus, Skullgirls.
Yeah, I think so. And if not, I know the newest characters are free though.
Yeah.
So there's some DLC, so that's pretty fun.
Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll download it.
It's worth it.
Hey, Tara's here.
Hey,
Tara.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us.
Sure. Got here in time.
Yeah. Let's actually go back because there was a question about live music and stuff. Where is it? I don't even know where it is. What happened to my Talkback column? Oh, there it is. Sorry, guys. Jeff Lee asked, for live instrumentalists, how much did it cost you to get started in recording yourself?
Started off pretty cheap. In terms of recording, I had a USB mic that I bought for like maybe $60. And I got like a mic stand, which is probably $20. So I connected it straight to my computer. I've since upgraded though, because the USB mic that I used was okay. I felt like it just didn't do a good job in displaying my violin very well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did she freeze?
Did we lose her? Did she freeze? No! Tara froze. Alright, we'll come back to her if she freezes. Wait, are you back? I thought I heard her. Never mind. Okay, she's frozen.
Oh.
Alright. Let's see. Oh, Tara, you there?
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, you froze for like a second. You were just like looking off into the distance.
Sorry, I think my computer might be acting up a little bit. It sometimes does this when it's on Hangouts.
Yeah. Yeah, Hangout is not very efficient software, but that's what we use.
So I don't know where it cut me off, but...
I think you were talking about after you wanted to get a better mic and then you cut out.
Okay, so I just want to say probably $100 just to get the decent quality stuff, and obviously upgrading's a good thing to do. Yeah. But if you're just starting out, then you don't have to worry about paying too much money to get equipment to help you record live instruments. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about music, even if you're not talking about live instruments. In the past maybe 10 years or so, the barrier to entry to producing your own music in like a home studio environment has drastically, diminished to the point where it's almost disappeared. I mean, anyone can really, get the tools to make music at home on their computer, whether it's recording or sequencing or, any of those things, producing an electronic track or, playing your guitar or your, drum kit or something, it's so much easier to do that stuff. And I think that's why it's so interesting nowadays, because people can just you don't have to worry about getting a label or getting signed. You can just throw your music up on YouTube or SoundCloud and get a following that way. If you're smart about marketing yourself, you can really kind of blow up a little bit. So I feel like
and it's I was about to say, it's like 20 years ago, you had to market yourself, and if you wanted to be serious about production, basically the only option was Pro Tools, so you had to spend $600 at least to even start before buying anything else. So yeah, it's just it was crazy 20 years ago, and now it's just so simple just to hop in.
Incredibly simple to. I mean, you could use an iPad and make music. It's fantastic.
Stuff's real simple to use too.
Yeah, I mean iOS especially. I mean, I was talking about iOS and how good it is with audio and stuff. It's good for audio, man. I mean,
it is good for music. On Droid, there's pretty much the only music-related program I can even find on Droid is FL Studio Mobile.
Yeah,
and that's on iOS too. So
yeah, and you have some MIDI controllers that you can use over a network, but I mean, the iOS just has audio bus, and you can just link everything together. It's just fantastic.
Okay, I gotta look into that. I've always heard that the iOS stuff was better for audio, but I never really.
It's much better for audio. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it, like amps. You can have virtual amps and all these cool generators and stuff. It's really neat.
I gotta look into that then.
But yeah, I mean the barriers. I mean, it's such a great time to be a musician right now, because, like I said, the barrier to entry is almost non-existent at this point. So. I mean, you could just do whatever you want and get it out there, and there's so many different kinds of music out there too, and it's just not just oh, this is what's popular. You'll always find an audience for whatever you're making, because we have the internet, and the internet is so vast and huge that people can just find whatever they're looking for. So
yeah, that's one of the things that's been shocking me in the last few years is the I guess an emergence of nerdy style music, whether it be nerdcore rap or stuff like the Megas, or more specifically chiptune style music. I didn't realize there was such a market for that until I think the internet made it more popular.
Yeah, I don't think that stuff would really fly on the radio, but because we live in a connected society with the internet and everything, people are more likely to just check out what they want to check out.
Right.
It's not like the radio is forcing you to listen to it's the radio doesn't tell you what's popular anymore, right? I mean, people listen to music on YouTube all the time,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Kind of went on a tangent there, but that's how I feel. Damn it. Let's see.
Pretty accurate tangent, to be fair. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Tomias asks, have there ever been any source tunes a remixer chose and submitted that had notes that were hard to listen for? Notes that were hard to listen for. That's kind of that's a weird question. Source tunes remixers chose and submitted that had notes that were. I don't know what you mean by notes that are hard to listen for. I guess if you're talking about a source tune that's kind of complicated and has a lot of idiosyncrasies and really complicated lines and stuff. I guess I can't think of any off the top of my head. If you're especially talking about source tunes as opposed to remixes, but people kind of really they like to dig deep sometimes, and sometimes when we're judging remixes, it gets a little tough because you sort of have to really listen hard to find the connections. Because you'll have artists who really interpret stuff thing to heart and really go hard on that. So it becomes some remixes are tough to judge because you really have to listen critically. But we do our best, I guess. Let's see.
Oh, we do have a question on YouTube now.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. Oh, Carl. HLR Carl asks, I can't seem to find a good drum plugin, and I'm not satisfied with the samples and presets I have. What's the cheapest recommendation you have?
The cheapest recommendation I have? Or anyone. Does anyone have any recommendations for drums, percussion plugins, percussion sounds?
No, that's a good question. That's something I want to know as well.
I don't usually use drums for my covers, and when I do, I always ask my friends to use, like, what do they use? Easy Drummer or Superior Drummer, I think they use.
Oh, okay.
So.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with. I honestly just use like sound fonts for my drums. I use sound fonts for my drums. Those are free. What else? But I mean that goes back to what we've talked about in past talkbacks, where it's just like when you have specific sounds that you're comfortable with, you just use them. So I have a whole like bunch of sound fonts that I use that are just like, I like these sounds and I just use them all the time. But I also have like Contact and stuff, and you can find like ethnic drum packs and things like that. If anyone has any recommendations for Carl, just tweet at us and we'll let everybody know if you have some recommendations for some cool, cheap drum kits. You can always find free ones online. That might be a good topic that you want to post on the forums at OCR. Some good, cheap or free drum kits, percussion sounds. I mean, there's also, Zircon has a sample company. He sells some percussive libraries on there on Impact Soundworks. What's that one called? It's like all those cool, like weird, like industrial sounds. Let me find it. It is. There's cinematic synthetic drums. Impact Steel. That's the one I'm thinking of. Impact Steel is really interesting. It's all like it's like really cool stuff. It's like giant springs and weird sounds and stuff. So you want to check it out. And that's only like $50, Impact Steel. So it's not that expensive as far as sample libraries go. So you might want to check that out. Let's see. Tomias has a recommendation for drums. He says, I don't really use drum plugins, but I love goldbaby.co.nz commercial drums. It's around $25 to $30 per pack. Okay, so cool. Check that out on Goldbaby. It's a New Zealand site, so goldbaby.co.nz. They have some cool drum packs. According to Tomias, who's a very talented remixer in his own right, so that's a pretty good recommendation. Thank you, Tomias. Let's see. Tara, what video game music are you listening to this week? Anything good?
No different than what I said on Friday. Still okay. Bravely Default. I actually just finished it. So
oh, really? Yeah. Cool.
Exciting. So I'll have to move on to a different game and probably try to finish A Link Between Worlds.
Oh, you haven't finished that yet?
No.
That's a great game. That game's so good. I couldn't stop playing that game. I couldn't put it down.
Yeah. I beat it and then immediately started a hard mode run. It was just
I blasted through that game, and then I found all the Mai-Mais too. I just did that. I was searching around for all the Mai-Mais, and I found all of them. And it was just yes, I destroyed this game, and then I put it away and never touched it again. Yeah. What's in my DS right now? I think it's Bravely. I think Bravely Default's in my DS right now.
I need to get a 3DS eventually.
Yeah.
Really slacking on that.
I got one of these from Nintendo. Yeah. It's my it's a pouch for 3DS. You just throw it in there. It's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. That's what I look like with Luigi's hat.
Just what I thought.
It's a weird thing to think about. Oh boy.
What would Shark look like with Luigi's hat?
Gotta know. And then
Luigi just
it's all thinking. It's thinking,
I'm really nostalgic about the year of Luigi. I'm sad it's over.
Yeah, I don't know. What were they saying that there was a whole thing when like the year of Luigi ended. People were like, "Oh, what's like next in the Nintendo Zodiac? What year is it now?" And someone was like, "Birdo." I think it's the year of Birdo now. I don't know. Let's see.
Are there any genres you guys specifically dislike? It's always really easy to think about the stuff we like, but are there any game genres that you don't really mess around with too much?
Game genres?
Yeah.
I have a hard time with strategy games. Like 4X games, anything like Civilization, SimCity, even RTSs I'm not too keen on.
No,
like,
are you talking video game or music genres?
Oh, video game.
I get video game, but I mean, whatever you feel like talking about, you know.
Oh.
I'm not going to answer the question about music genres because I'm a judge on OCR and I don't want anyone to be like, you rejected my remix because you don't like that genre. Because I don't take that into account when judging a remix. But I don't want to expose myself to that kind of like.
That's smart.
So I'm gonna recuse myself from that. But as far as video games go, I have strategy games kind of overwhelm me, and also like MOBAs. I'm not really interested in playing games like League of Legends and all those because I don't know. I get like this very mild kind of social anxiety when I play online games with people I don't know, and I just don't want to deal with people being mean. What about you guys? Any music genres or video game genres that you're not a fan of?
I guess in terms of music genres, I grew up in an area that was huge on gospel and country, and it got kind of overwhelming after a while, so I'm not really a big fan of either anymore.
Ah, okay.
Like I can still listen to it and appreciate the musical qualities of it, but neither one really just I can't put up with it for long. Video game wise, ironically, strategy RPGs I have trouble with.
Okay.
And that is really ironic because one of the first video games that I fell in love with was actually Shining Force 2 on the Genesis. Which is like quintessential strategy RPG.
Yeah.
And I still enjoy it, but I don't know, something about the tactical gameplay is just too much.
Yeah, I get overwhelmed by tactical. Anytime I have to manage something, I'm just like, ugh. Let's let me hit stuff. I just want to like hit a button and like jump on Goombas or something. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not a fan of shooters myself.
No?
First-person shooters. They that whole social anxiety thing. I just get scared. You know, I never really know, should I run here, should I duck, and then I just get shot in the back of the head and get mad real fast. This happens so fast, I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, some first-person shooters are very frustrating in that regard. Like, I can't play, like, Call of Duty, those games. It just feel like, I'm like, oh.
Especially if you haven't played in forever and then you start playing one now. You're, like, playing Call of Duty now, and everybody's, like, doing cover.
Yeah.
I'm behind cover and shooting, and you're still circle strafing.
Yeah.
I can only play those on split screen with a few buddies, like 4 max kind of thing.
Yeah, I only like playing multiplayer games with my friends, with people I know. If I have to play with people I don't know, I get really like antsy. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with like people being jerks.
Yeah.
What about you, Tara? Any games that you're not keen on, or music styles that you're not?
Well, for games, I would agree with Dominic that I don't really like first-person shooters. I mean, Halo is okay. I've played Halo, and I kind of got into it a little bit. I played Call of Duty, though, and my boyfriend has, like, these, like, really good gaming headphones.
Oh, okay.
And you're able to, like, hear flies in the trash can, like, to your left or whatever in the game.
Oh, yeah.
So it's super sensitive, and I was trying to, like, I was kind of hiding, trying to find people to kill in Call of Duty, and there was some ally behind me who got knifed, and, like, I heard him get knifed, and, like, I heard the blood, like, gushing out from his neck.
Oh,
and
my
I
God.
got so queasy, I was like, I can't play this anymore. Like, that's it, no more.
That's so descriptive.
Like, wow. Too realistic. And I was like, yeah, I can't play this anymore. I'll stick to Halo.
Yeah, I like Halo. I know people hate on Halo a lot, but I like Halo a lot. I love the atmosphere of it and the music. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, the music's really great.
Yeah. It's just I can't believe that like Bungie fired Marty O'Donnell.
Yeah.
You hear about that? It's like a couple like last month or a couple weeks ago or something. Like fired him. Like how do you fire Marty O'Donnell? Like one of the main things people remember from the Halo games is like the music. You know, it's just like so iconic.
Yep.
You know, it's one of those beautifully iconic like themes that that he wrote, and it's just like, no, let's fire him. I don't know what happened there, but from looking in from outside, it just doesn't seem like a good decision. You know, maybe 343 will pick him up and hire him and get him to do music for Halo 5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see.
Carl is back on YouTube, asked another question, actually related to the question before.
Okay, cool.
Because when he tried Contact before, he was expecting samples but not sequencers and synths, so that's what threw him. So he's just asking, is Impact still straight wave samples, not presets for plugins I don't have? Come to think of it, would Contact presets work with the Contact player? I don't have Contact, so I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I think I remember Andy saying that his stuff would work with Contact Player, though.
Yeah, I think it will.
Impact Soundworks stuff.
You can go to impactsoundworks.com and check out the products there, and see how see the compatibility and everything. I think they have a free trial pack that you can download to see if your stuff will work with whatever you're using. But I'm fairly certain that they make a pretty strong effort to put out stuff that people can use with. Impact still requires Contact 4 or above, he says.
I also see in the FAQs there that you do need the full version of Contact. The libraries do run a Contact player, but only for 30 minutes in the demo mode.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, Contact is a pretty good investment if you're serious about music, in any case, because you can get so many samples in that format, and it's very powerful. So I would recommend, if you have the money to spend and you're serious about music, check out Contact. Pick it up. Yeah. Let's see. What other questions we got? I think Detective Tuesday is going to be joining us shortly. I sent him the link to the Talkback. But we're not going to do a long Talkback tonight. Nice short Tuesday Talkback. Let's see. What games am I looking forward to?
Smash 4?
Yeah.
Question mark?
yeah, definitely Smash. I think I'm mostly looking forward to the 3DS version because it has that like what's that I forget what it's called in Smash Brothers, but it's basically City Trial from Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if you know me, you know that Kirby Air Ride is one of my favorite games.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to have to buy another GameCube controller before we go to MomoCon, because you're going to want to play that when I bring my Wii with me.
Yes, absolutely.
So I've got 2 days to find a GameCube controller.
Have you guys ever played Kirby Air Ride? Kirby Air Ride's like the greatest game ever.
Want to.
It's so good. It's a classic like N64, not N64, GameCube. It's a GameCube game. It was a Kirby racing game where you ride around and warp stars and stuff. But it had this mode called City Trial, where you would it was like a 4-player split screen. You would hop on a star and you basically just free roam around the city, looking for other warp stars to pick up and picking up like different power ups to boost the different stats on your warp star. So you could get like flight, and you would like stay higher in the air. You get like speed, top speed, acceleration, all these different things. And as you were just basically like cruising around the city getting stuff, it would give you clues about like what mini game are you going to play after like the 5 minutes or the 7 minutes are up. And once that 5 minutes or 7 minutes was up, whatever you set as the time for the city, you would go into this mini game, and the mini game would be like, oh, like get really high, or like beat King Dedede, or DDD, or like fight like like fight each other and like win or whatever. And your success was primarily based on how well you built up your warp star machine, because if it was like see how high you can get, you wanted to make sure you were getting like the flight power ups as you were running around, and then like while you're riding around the city, there's all like these different events that happen, like Dynablade shows up, or like there's a lot of meteors that are falling from the sky. And it was really cool. It was really fun. Me and my brother Nabil used to play that constantly. We would play for like hours. And I think actually like at Apex, we were at Apex.
Yeah, here's the thing. We were at Apex, and it was pretty slow on Sunday because that was finals day. Everybody was watching the finals of all the games. So at the OCR table, Shark and Nabil were playing Kirby Air Ride for like 6 hours straight. To the point where Nabil, the reason I only have one GameCube controller right now is because Nabil broke one of mine.
Yeah, he played it. Oh man, Kirby Air Ride's so good. And now they're doing that in Smash Brothers. They're adding that mode to Smash Brothers where you run around and get power-ups and then you do like a special game at the end. So I'm so excited about that because Kirby Air Ride was just one of those fantastic experiences. Oh.
Do you play a lot of fighting games? Or is it
I used to play a lot of Street Fighter 3, Third Strike.
Okay.
And I kind of got into Street Fighter 4 for a little while. Back in the day, I used to play a lot of Samurai Showdown 4 at my local pizza place.
Okay.
And then I learned about emulation, so I played it a lot at home. Yeah, so I haven't played a fighting game in a while. I kind of want to get into Persona, because it's a Persona fighting game. Because I played Persona 4 Golden on my Vita, and I really love the characters and stuff. And I want to check out. I have it on PS3. I have the fighting game on PS3. I'm gonna check it out, get into it. But yeah, I haven't really played fighting games in a while. But yeah, I feel like nowadays it's harder to get into fighting games because like there's like this there's such a huge scene around fighting games that sort of like takes over fighting games, so it gets hard to just like play to have fun because everyone's like learning all these super technical combos and stuff, and you feel like you sit down and you play and you're just like, what just happened? How did I just die in like 6 seconds? I don't know.
Yeah. That's one of those things I have. I always think about like whether people like online better or local.
Yeah.
I found local is a lot more fun for that reason. Just if you have like 10 friends that kind of like a game, you can all compete with each other and get better. Versus it's less fun to just sit in your room by yourself all day and just try to practice combos until you play somebody.
I don't know. It's not for me. I just like having fun, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's fun for people, for a certain kind of player. It's absolutely fun for a certain kind of player, but I don't know. I can't get into it that way, to that degree of play, that level of play. I don't have the patience, I think, for it. I think we lost Tara again. She's frozen in a very sleepy. Oh yeah, she just messaged me on Twitter. She's having internet problems. So.
Wow.
All right, Tara. Thanks for joining us on Talkback. And if you can reconnect, but that's fine. Let's see if we have any more questions. Only particular ISW. No. Tamaya says, how bummed are you about the now in effect Nintendo Wi-Fi shutdown? I'm not really bummed at all. I'm not really bummed at all because
same here. Like all the games that were affected by it, I don't play anymore. Like the only one that I would still want to play someday that kind of bums me out is Dragon Quest IX because that makes the in-game stuff that you download unavailable now, obviously. But most of the game is still playable, and you can still street pass in it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really affect me that much. So I mean, it's sad for the people it does affect, but
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, what can't you do now? Like, you can't play Smash Brothers online with people, but that was never that good anyway. And then, like, I don't know, you can't download new Picross puzzles. Whatever. I don't know. I like Picross, but not that much. Let's see. Jeff Lee asks, "Who's your third strike character? Who's your go-to third strike character?" Makoto. Makoto. I mean, hands down, no question. I have been a Makoto player since the game came out. Since Third Strike, I've been playing Makoto for God knows how long. And I was like the happiest person in the world when they announced that Makoto was going to be in Street Fighter 4. I was just like, Makoto in Street Fighter 4! I was freaking out. I was really super happy because she's my my favorite Street Fighter character. I love the style. It's great. Interesting fact about Makoto: she was originally going to be Ryu's long-lost little sister.
Wow.
Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. She was originally going to be Ryu's long-lost little sister, and then they decided to change that because it didn't really jive with the mythology they already built around Ryu. So they changed her into this just generic kind of karate girl character. But yeah, she could have been Ryu's sister. Pretty interesting. Tobias asks, have you noticed how some of the recent mobile phone ringtones are actually really interesting? Nope. No, I have a ringtone. My ringtone on my phone is the piano thing from my Mega Man Zero remix. I just make my own ringtones. I don't pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah, same here. My main ringtone right now is one of the songs from Ivy and Surashu's Black Box.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like as soon as I get a new phone, I just like immediately make my own ringtones. I never even listen to the ones that are on there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's some interesting stuff on there. Like I swear they're taking some of their cues from game sequences or something because they all sound vaguely familiar, but not like that copyright level. But
yeah.
I just ignore them. My ringtone's still Time Traveler's Delight, and then my text thing is the Kim Possible thingy.
I had a friend when I was working part-time at Rutgers. Hey, it's Tuesday. It's Detective Tuesday joined us. What's up, man?
Hey.
Welcome to Talkback.
Oh, I'm I'm on the conference hall.
Oh, okay.
I heard Talkback on Tuesday.
Yeah. Can't have a Tuesday Talkback without Detective Tuesday.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, man, thanks for joining us.
Flag here.
Yeah,
man.
So,
1 sec.
So for everyone who doesn't know who this dashing fellow is, this is Detective Tuesday. He's a remixer in Overclock Remix, talented saxophone player. It's nice to have him here. Thanks for joining Talkback. We are not going to stay on too long, but we'll stick around for a little while. So what are you listening to these days, man? What's some BGM that you're listening to lately?
Okami.
Okami.
Ooh.
That's it.
That's the hotness. I love Okami.
Yeah, I'm bumping that heavily right now. Like that soundtrack is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so good.
I still haven't beaten the game yet. So I'm listening to music from about like the first 4/5 of the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a project. I've been on and off for the last like 2 years or so trying to beat this, but time is a luxury that I don't always have. So.
Are you playing the PS2 version, the original PS2 version, or the
Wii version?
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I played that game on the PS2. That's a great game.
Yeah,
it's very much a Zelda game.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very much a Zelda game.
Reasons I like it.
Yeah. The interesting thing about the Okami soundtrack is when Okami was out, when it had first come out, Capcom did this thing online on their website where they had an 8-bit Okami game on their website. It was like this flash game where you were Amaterasu and you were going around, but it was like a Dragon Quest style game. It was like top down with like 8-bit graphics and stuff. And they did like a whole 8-bit soundtrack of Okami. So it's all chiptunes. It's like 10 or 11 tracks or something. It's all chiptune versions of the music from Okami by the guy that did the music for Okami.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's awesome.
I wish I knew about this.
Yeah, so like you would play through the game. It was like this short little flash game, and then when you beat the RPG, the prize for beating the RPG was a zip download of the soundtrack. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good. So.
Is the game still up? I
don't know if the little 8-bit game is up. I think it's all in Japanese too, so I don't know how easy it is to play. But the 8-bit soundtrack is so good. I'll throw that on sometimes, and I'll just like, yeah, all right, yeah, it's good.
As a matter of fact, I would love you to send me that.
Yeah, I'll hook you up with it. I'll hook you up with it. It's really good. Yeah. So, Okami. You're listening to Okami. Excellent. I love Okami. I haven't played the DS sequel though.
Yeah, there have I.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, Anton, you actually you record stuff, right? As a live musician?
Yeah.
Yes? No?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
I know you play
a little
saxophone.
bit.
Yeah. So there
mostly raps.
Yeah, we had a.
I'm getting into the sax stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much did it cost to start recording?
So
right?
we had a. Yeah. So, what kind of cash did you drop in order to get recording?
Well, I got a Blue Yeti Pro microphone. That was about $200.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I use that sometimes. I haven't really been doing too much recording
Mm-hmm.
In my own place. I do a lot out in, homies have studios, so I'll stop by there and, lay down some verses. But for the one OC remix that I had, Spirit of Law, I recorded that in my room with the Yeti Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like one of the best, USB mics, I guess. At least at the time, it was one of the best USB mics. So it definitely does the job. And I've been recording a little bit into it for stuff that's in the works right now, sax included. So yeah, it was about $200. Other than that, just what it costs, pieces of my sanity, all that.
Yeah.
I'm very much a perfectionist sometimes, so I could do like a million takes of one song, but depends on the day. Sometimes I just get it like that. So
yeah. Cool. Yeah, I have a Yeti microphone. I don't know if it's the Pro, but I got it during Black Friday for like $70. So it was a really good deal.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So I got to start using it now for more than just posting these stupid shit.
Hey, you should get into the rap game. It's fun.
I'm not a good lyricist in the slightest.
It's fun.
Yeah. I have my acapella jam, and the lyrics are "Get out of New York City," and that's it. And it's not good.
You're halfway there.
Halfway there, right? Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. So, what else is going on, man? Anton, what do you got going on? Any projects in the works?
Well, speaking of Okami, all right. So I moved like 3 days ago. I'm in a new place.
Mm-hmm.
It's more conducive conducive to productivity than my old place. And I got room on the desk. I got the machine down here.
Oh, very good.
Got the keyboard right there.
Yeah.
I got a whole lot of room here, right? So I decided to get back into the sampling game. I used to make beats. When I first started, I would chop up samples from, different stuff. And from there, I went on and did a lot of original compositions. But, I was chopping up an Okami song the other day, and I decided to just make an EP where I'm chopping up Okami.
Wow.
Songs. So, I've been sampling this one song. I don't know if you could guess the song here, but wait, can you even hear that?
It's very difficult to hear.
A little bit, but
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Stuff like that,
That's hot.
Just,
yeah. I like it.
You could do a lot. I bought the machine about a year ago, and I kind of had the realization that it's, I've never used it for its intended purpose, which is, sampling and cutting things up.
Yeah. Very nice.
So,
That's really cool.
and stuff, but, chopping up is something that I need to explore more, so, Okami, chopped up.
Yeah.
Future.
I'm calling him chopped up. You call it like bamboo cuts or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Power slash. Something.
Yeah, Power Slide, Bamboo Cutz. Bamboo Cutz with a Z.
Super jazzy.
Super jazzy Bamboo Cutz. Oh, goodness gracious. I like it.
Oh, man.
All right, cool. So it's almost 10 o'clock, and I kind of want to get there's some stuff I want to do later. So let's close up Talkback now. Let's just close it out with some plugs and promotions. So anything you guys want to promote, plug, just shout it out. Jarrell, what do you want to promote? Anything?
I'm going to promote what you were probably about to mention anyway, but I'm going to do it first because I thought of it. So, MomoCon. If you are in Atlanta this Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, MomoCon will be at the Hilton there.
Yeah.
3-day festival, anime, video games. OCR will have a panel at 1 o'clock, I believe, on Saturday.
Yes, 1 o'clock on Saturday.
So come check us out. Should be fun.
Yeah. It'll be me and you, and it'll be Larry and
Wes.
Yeah. So it should be fun. We'll have a lot of merchandise and stuff to sell. You can win some free stuff. It'll be cool. Come out and see us and hang out with us. We're actually going to be at the con like all weekend. We're all arriving like Thursday, and we're going to be walking around Friday, and Saturday's the panel, and then we'll hang out a little on Sunday before we head out. But yeah, so come find us. It'll be fun. Anything else, Jarrell?
That's it for me.
All right, cool. Dom, anything?
Let me think. Nah, nothing specific. I'm working on a couple projects right now. Well, during that phase where you don't want to mention it because it might not happen, or if it does, you still want it to be a surprise. But if anyone is looking for a rapper and that kind of thing, I'm getting better, taking all the advice people are giving me. So if you feel like working with somebody or coaching a guy, just give me a shout.
Cool. Awesome. And where can they shout at you? Twitter, I guess?
Twitter, at BrothaDom.
Okay.
On the forums, wherever. If you search BrothaDom, you'll find me somewhere. So.
Cool. Excellent. Anton, what do you got? Anything you want to promote, plug? Did we lose Anton? We might have lost Anton. All right. Well, check out Detective Tuesday on OC Remix. It's got some stuff. Yeah, he's gone. It's got some stuff. So check him out. And let's see. What do I want to plug? Let's see. Tara was here earlier. TeraCMusic. Check her out on YouTube. YouTube.com/TeraCMusic. TeraCMusic. TeraCMusic. And I want to personally plug, as always, For Everlasting Peace, 25 Years of Mega Man. Really great album. It's OC Remix's first commercial album, so when you buy it, you are supporting Overclock Remix, and you make it easier for us to give you free music all the time. So make sure you pick that up. It's $9 for the digital, and it's $18 for the physical. Physical copy is absolutely gorgeous. It's got the really awesome character art from RNN, and then the CD art is also gorgeous. And you definitely want to get it. If you're at MomoCon, you can get it for $15. Special event pricing at all the events. So if you want to save a little cash, buy it at a convention. But if you can't make it out to a convention, buy it online. Let's see. What else do I want to plug? Obviously, Overclock Remix I want to plug, as always. Check out OC Remix. Thousands of free video game remixes. Over 50 albums. Really fun. I mean, if you're watching Talkback, you probably know about OC Remix already, but maybe you're watching it with your friend, and your friend's like, oh, you got to check this out. So check it out. Overclock Remix, OCRemix.org. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/OCRemix, right? Facebook.com/OCRemix. Subscribe on YouTube. You're watching on YouTube. Subscribe. What are you doing? And also today, I'm actually I'm pretty happy. I managed to get a custom URL on our Google Plus page. So, give us a +1 on become a fan of OC Remix on Google Plus. So it's plus.google.com/+OC Remix. And you can follow us there too. So that's a good place to watch if you want to keep up with the talkbacks and stuff, because that's what we use for talkbacks.
Yeah.
Again, I also want to plug WillRock's album, Welcome to the Real World. Not to be confused with the classic Mr. Mr. album, also called Welcome to the Real World, which is just as good. But definitely check out WillRock's album, which is available on a site that I'm going to promote called Overclock Records, which is Overclock Remix's brand new record label. We launched it. We launched the beta earlier this year around MagFest, in the beginning of the year. And this week, Overclock Records finally came out of beta, and yeah, so now you can register an account on the site, and there's a shopping cart, and we have pay what you want, so you can pay what you want for certain albums, and there's a brand new EP by Zircon, who is one of the co-founders of Overclock Records. It's called Getaway, a really awesome, summer electronica jam. It's really good, and follow Overclock Records on Twitter, OC Records, at OC Records, and like Overclock Records on Facebook, and that's a great way to keep up with new album releases. Overclock Records is a great site because it has music from people in the community, remixers in the community, artists in the community, a lot of indie soundtracks from video games and stuff. We give a really, really generous cut to the artists, more than you would get from a normal record label. The split is something like 80-20, where 80% of the sales go directly to the artist, and Overclock Remix takes 20 just to for the upkeep of the site, and also just to contribute to Overclock Remix at large, which allows us to provide you again with thousands of free remixes over the course of God knows how long. I think we've been in the business for 14, almost 15 years. So
almost 15.
Almost 15. This year is going to be OC Remix's 15th anniversary. In December, I believe.
This December, yeah.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah. I think what we need to do is we need to make one of these, but with just us standing around and, in the poses, and it says 15 years of OC Remixers.
Oh my goodness, we got to do that. Wow.
We got to do it at MagFest or something.
That'd be a pretty cool project to see, get 15 remixes of old remixes. Just go back and make them again.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
15th anniversary or something.
Yeah. So I got 2 more plugs I want to throw in actually.
Yeah.
Actually, one, Shark, I'm gonna let you handle, but I'll do this first one. Since Tuesday got knocked out of the call, unfortunately, because everybody's internet connection is horrible tonight. He wanted to let everybody know that he has a track out with FlexStyle. I don't know the title of it, but it is on Tuesday's SoundCloud and FlexStyle's SoundCloud, or you can get it from DetectiveTuesday.com.
Okay.
Also, he mentions that he loves everybody.
Awesome.
So.
We love it. We love him.
The other shout out, I'm gonna let you, or the other plug, I'm gonna let you handle that, Shark. That was the one Dia wanted.
Oh yeah. Can't forget about that. Okay, so as you all know, Overclock Remix, if you're a beginning remixer, the compos are a great way to get into remixing, and a great way to get involved in the remixing scene, great way to hone your skills, grow as a musician, and have a lot of fun with people on the forums. Phoenix Down, who's a frequent question guy on Talkback, he came up with a concept for a competition on OC Remix, and Dia and I worked with him to shop it a little bit, and he just posted it. It's called the role-playing remix role-playing combo. It's really cool. So the idea is all the competitors are going to pick heroes or villains. So they'll pick a track that has to do with the hero, like maybe science theme from Final Fantasy VI, or a villain. So maybe I don't know, Kuja's theme from Final Fantasy IX or something. It doesn't have to be Final Fantasy; it can be any RPG. And the heroes and the villains will be put into separate brackets, and then the heroes will remix. Each pair of remixers every round will be given like a remix a track that they have to remix against. So if you have Cloud and Terra, and they both have to remix against maybe the town theme from Lufia or something. So they both write a remix and then they move up. And then there's a villains bracket which alternates on the opposite weeks, and the villains are basically just fighting each other, and it's kind of like a single elimination tournament with alternating weeks. It's very cool. it's kind of confusing for me to explain it like in that very truncated manner right now. But if you hit up the forums, go to OC Remix, go to the forums, go to the competition forums, look up the remix role-playing compo. Phoenix has a really long, elaborate, and very detailed post talking about how the whole thing works. It's very fun. It's very cool. We kind of needed a compo to fill in the space a little bit because the Sonic Zone remix compo just ended a couple weeks ago. So make sure you check out the remixes from that. And I had to push off my Mega Man compo that I was planning on doing for a little while because I needed to work out some ideas for that. So Phoenix has this really awesome compo going on right now. The signups are starting, so if you're interested in joining, hop in there and join. It should be really fun. And I believe that is it for plugs and promotions. So thank you Dom and Jarrell for joining me tonight on Talkback. I know it's kind of a weird having like a Tuesday Talkback. Also thanks to Will and Tara and Anton for joining us also tonight. It was nice of them to hop in and help out a little bit on Talkback. It's boring when it's just like two people talking. It's boring when it's just me like sitting here talking about stupid stuff. It's more fun when there's more people around. So and thanks for everyone for asking questions on the hashtag on Twitter. Talkback is nothing without you guys. Otherwise, it's just like boring stuff. So thank you, Jeff Lee and Tomias and Phoenix and everyone, and Carl Servian and everyone. So there's no Talkback this Friday. Like we said, we're going to be at MomoCon, and so we will see you next week. We'll probably move Talkback back to Friday rather than doing it on Tuesday, but I'm not sure. Just keep an eye on Twitter to find out when Talkback is. And again, remember, if you have any questions for Talkback, you can tweet all week. You don't have to wait until the show is on. You can tweet all week, and we will find them. We will find your questions, and we will do our best to answer them. So, with that said, I am DarkeSword, and we have Dom and Jarrell with us, and this is OCR Talkback. So, thanks for watching, everyone. We will see you next time. Good night.
Good night.
Night.